The Chicago Bulls get the rare home win, this time after an extended break against the Charlotte Hornets. We're going to talk about it all and more, but you know what we got to do first? Got to play that intro.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, man, the Chicago Bulls get a win against the Charlotte Hornets. This was a game in which the Bulls basically led the entire game. Like the Bulls came out and looked fresh. They looked like they had a break. And I know that sounds like something, well, Hayes, no shit. They were out for 4 days. Listen, if you've been following this Chicago Bulls team, you know that you cannot take anything for granted with this team. You can't assume anything, no matter how much sense it looks like it would make on paper. You just can't assume that it's going to go the Bulls' way. The Bulls get a 15-point victory, which is the same margin that was existed at halftime. When you look at it, the Bulls won, the 2 quarters. They tied the third quarter. And that point, the game was already decided when it came down to it. And so the Bulls get the win that they need. Every win matters for the Chicago Bulls, especially when they've been playing the way that they have. Hasn't always looked the best for the Bulls, and a very balanced scoring day today. When you look at it, Zach LaVine, 13 points in this game. You have Dosunmu with 19 points. Jalen Smith with his double-double, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists in this game from him. You got Coby White with 18 points. He woke up in the second half of this game, 6 of 15 from the field. And then you get Josh Giddey. Doesn't get the triple-double. I thought it may happen there. He does have 17 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals in this game as well. Played very well in this game. And then you got Lonzo Ball as well coming off the bench for 10 points. Nothing special for Patrick Williams. He made 1 shot in his return game. He played 13 minutes, so it is what it is there. Buzelis, almost 20 minutes again for Modest. Now, he doesn't shoot well tonight at all. 1 for 11 from the field, 1 of 5 from three-point range, but Buzelis still found a way to impact the game today. When you look at it, those 3 block shots all in the first half of that game that he had was big. And Buzelis continues to grow as a defender. I think he's grown every single game as a defender so far this year. And Billy Donovan, at least for 1 game so far, he backed his words up with actions. He talked about how he did not want Buzelis' minutes to be affected with Patrick Williams coming back, and they haven't been in this game. And got to see a little bit of them together. Not a huge sample size. It wasn't great minutes when they were together anyway, so it shouldn't have been a huge sample size there. But overall, things get done. And I think that's the most important thing, is that the Bulls get a win. In a game where the Charlotte Hornets were missing their best player in LaMelo Ball. They were missing Trey Mann as well, which is another important player for them. And the Bulls took care of business. And I think that's the big thing with this win. This was a take care of business win. And we haven't had a lot of those this season. So, the Bulls seem to always kind of let down in games like this, where you go in thinking that they're going to have an advantage because of the other team missing some players or whatever. And so that doesn't always go the Bulls' route. So I'm glad to be able to say, at least in this game, it went the way that the Bulls needed to go, and the Bulls played a solid brand of basketball basically from start to finish. Still some things, like if you just want to critique some things, the Bulls were rushing shots at times out there. I think that this could have easily been a game. Let me not say easily, but this definitely could have been one of those games where the Bulls actually had like a 20-point victory or something like that, had they executed kind of better on offense. It's just, it is what it is when it comes down to that. You can't win them all. You're not going to play a perfect game. The Bulls definitely aren't going to play perfect games of basketball. But you look at overall, the 39% shooting from the team from the field, 27% from three-point range. You're just not going to win a lot of games like that. And that's why I said earlier in the first half of this game, like, make no mistake, I'm glad that the Bulls were winning it. But this was an ugly game from both teams as far as shooting the ball wise. If you're a fan of efficiency, this game may cause you stress and trauma, because the efficiency there was nowhere in there. There was no efficiency in this game for the Bulls. So, that is what it is when it comes down to it, but just got to get that shit together when you can. But overall, the Bulls get this victory. Every victory is important for the Bulls, so I don't want to overstate or understate it, but the Bulls need every single win that they can get. That just is what it is. Every win that the Bulls can possibly get, they need if they're going to try to do anything. Or I know there are a lot of Bulls fans that are going to look at this and say, hey, why did we win this game? We need to lose these games. But hey, it is what it is. Bulls cameraman was wilding at the end. Hey, listen, he was ready to go home. You can tell daylight saving times has not been good to that man. So that blue jumper is clean. Thank you for that, man. Hey, it is what it is. Special edition hat, by the way. Special edition. You see that? Special edition hat. Y'all don't know nothing about that. They brought great effort tonight. Bring this tenacity every night, and we're a playoff squad. Listen, there's a lot of teams that can play with tenacity and still lose. You still got to have skill there. I won't say that because it's not just about tenacity got the Bulls to one of the worst overall field goal shooting percentages as a team in a win this season. Listen, you shoot this bad against most teams, you're gonna lose the game. I'm just being clear here. So I'm not gonna glaze this win. I'm glad that they got the win for sure, but this was not the brand of basketball to me that I look at and I say, hey, yeah, you keep this going, you're gonna be a playoff team. You keep playing like this, you're gonna lose more games than you win, at least in my opinion. Lonzo Low-key is the best player on the team. Defense plus offense literally does everything. I won't say that makes him the best player on the team, but Lonzo's, he could be such an important part of this team. And you look at the impact that he has, his plus minus over the course of the season, the differential when he's on the court has all been huge. It's been great. Surely I didn't actually hear fans booing Patrick Williams in his first missed three. Yeah. Look, he was awful today, but surely that was a bit much to boo him after a few weeks injured. I mean, Bulls fans have been disappointing me ever since they booed Jerry Krause's widow. So this game was pretty boring unless it was just me. No, that's what I was saying. That this was not a good game, a brand of basketball is what I'll say. This is not a good brand of basketball at all. This was the best defensive Bulls played all season. Yes, it was against the Hornets, but you love to see the effort, especially from the young players. Listen, I don't know how much of this was the Bulls branded defense. I won't say that it didn't help and impact the game because it did, but I think overall you still got to look at this. Still a struggle. I love how we gain control of the game with Lonzo. Bulls look so much better with him. I see the Lonzo Glazers are coming out again. I mean, hey, I understand it. IO 8 for 12 was good efficiency out that side of that. Yikes. Yeah, that's what I say. Efficiency tonight was god awful across the board. Not gonna lie, Modest had a shitty game, but that was 4 days off will do to you. They will get back Monday. Let's hope so. Yeah, because I mean, listen, I get it, and I understand it, but when you Modest and Patrick Williams were combined 2 of 18 in this game, that's not good. I mean, like BKR said, efficiency across the board was bad. Let's just go over this. Zach LaVine, 36% shooting, not good. Io, 67% shooting, good. Jalen Smith, 30%, bad. Coby, 40%, not good. Josh Giddey as well, 7 of 13, 53% shooting. He was good. Modest was 0.9% from the field. Not good. Lonzo, 40%, solid. Patrick Williams, 14% from the field. Man. THT, 50%, but he only took 2 shots. Julian Phillips, 3 of 5. That's decent. Bulls were bad today, shooting-wise. This is an ugly game. Great win. I really don't like Billy's rotations. Listen, and the thing really when it comes down to it is like Billy's when you start seeing and I think I said this over on Locked On Bulls, I had to step away from the analytics of the Bulls rotations. I had to. For my own mental health and sanity, I had to step away from it. I had to. Because every time I look at these rotations and I'm looking at who do we have guarding players? Where do we do with our pick and roll defense? What positions when we cross match? How bad we look at any type we have to switch at all? It all caused me great stress. Great stress. Because you see certain areas where just a little tweak to the rotation could very well help you. It's rough is all I'll say. Bulls rotations are very, very rough, my friends. Um, but hey, I mean, you get the win. I'm not going to harp it on it while we got the win. That's cool. It is what it is there. I'm definitely more happy we got the win than had we not got the win. So, got to acknowledge that to a degree. But those rotations, bruh, man, those rotations leave some to be desired is all I can say on that one. But hey, Billy Donovan's the coach. I'm just a guy sitting at home in the studio talking about the Chicago Bulls. So let me shut up. I'm gonna let Billy cook. And yeah, we got the win today. That's what I'll say. We got the win today. And if our defense can improve on this effort, our offense doesn't have to be that great. Oh no, listen, the defense isn't going to improve that much. I mean, you got to think about realistically. The Bulls are the worst defense of the league. Worst defensive rating. We give up the most points. We're the only the Washington Wizards are giving up more than that. The only reason that the Bulls are able to survive a little bit is because of how efficient the offense is. No, and our defense isn't going to. You're not going to become a top 15 defense. You're looking at the Bulls improving defensively. Really, just means being closer to 20, maybe up to 18. No, you still need your offense to be great to try to be a playoff team in that case. How many times has Modest looked like he got blown by on defense only to recover and get a block? It's almost like it's his bread and butter. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the team's best shot. Oh, he is. I think he leads after this game. I believe he leads the team in block shots. I can look at that real quick. I'm pretty sure that that's the case, that he leads the team in block shots. And I think, and that's what you want to see as far as you don't want to see bad on ball defense, right? I want to be clear there. You don't want to see bad on ball defense. But if you're going to be bad defense with on ball defense, the one thing that you can do in that case is that you can find out how to recover. And Modest Buzelis is really, really good at that. He's really good at that. So, it's hats off to Modest for finding his lane, finding out how he can stay on the basketball court. And Modest does lead the team in block shots now. So there you go. Can you give me some insight on the importance of Taj Gibson? Are you new, Sid, and I don't even mean this as a slight. Are you a new Bulls fan, Sydney? I didn't realize that. I thought you had been a Bulls fan for a while. Taj Gibson was on the Derrick Rose team. He was one of the players that were really the bread and butter when you kind of look at the identity of that team. So when you go back and look at that, of course, Derrick Rose, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng, but Taj Gibson was one of the guys right there that helped form and forge the identity of that team. And we got to see Taj come from a player that was drafted right along with James Johnson, but people actually had more upside and thought James Johnson had the higher upside. And Taj Gibson just every year got better. And so when you look at the type of players that we respect in Chicago, that's Taj Gibson through and through. And so that's why you see such an infinity for Taj Gibson and what he really means to this team. I know we need to keep the pick, hoping we can still keep one through trades, but I wouldn't even be mad at 7 to 8 seed. We have been losing the play in as the 9 or 10. We're not going to be the 7 or 8 seed. I mean, I can tell you that right now. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Our defense is not nearly that good, and our offense isn't good enough to be able to do that. People can say Josh Giddey isn't good defensively, and that's totally fine and correct, but they can't say his effort and focus defensively haven't majorly improved. Oh, and that's why I said it before in previous episodes. Josh Giddey is a confidence player. And by that, I mean, when Josh Giddey is playing with confidence, he gives effort on both sides of the ball. You'll see him always around the ball. You see, in the games where he has a lot of block shots against guards and he uses his length correctly, things like that. He's a confidence player. And I don't mean, and some people have before taken that as me being a slight to Josh Giddey. I don't mean that, but he is a confidence player. And so good to see him he was confident in this game early. Too many threes and turnovers. They're playing like they're afraid to attack the rim. 51 three-point attempts against a team with no shot blockers. I won't say no shot blockers. Mark Williams did play in this game, but I will say this is that I don't know how much of this is Billy Donovan and what he's coached into this team, because we just don't run those type of actions very often. We just don't, right? And so, the Bulls, for them, they had 46 points in the paint today. That's actually pretty high for what the Chicago Bulls do. But still the same thing. 52 points in the paint. 20 points we allowed off turnovers. We got to get those things together. Better than the Magic game with both teams not scoring for half. That Yeah, you're right. That's crazy. I forgot about. I almost blocked that out. Hayes, I'm going to rob you if you keep up bringing up those Fire Bulls outfits. Man, that sweatshirt is not. First of all, you're not gonna rob me because if you come rolling up in here, I got that thing. Meaning, I shoot people. You come in my house trying to steal, I will shoot you. That's it. That's it. Crazy thing that people need to realize is that the Hornets are this atrocious every night. Even with LaMelo, who can go off for 50 points, that's the Hornets for you. Exactly. You got to put this win in perspective. I still thought Modest was solid defensively. He was solid defensively, and that's what we know that Modest is working on being an efficient shooter, right? That's one of the knocks on him. That's one of the reasons he fell in the draft because Modest Buzelis hasn't necessarily always been the most efficient shooter, and so there's going to be nights where Modest's shot isn't falling. And like I said in my analysis of the draft pick of Modest Buzelis is I'm interested to see how impactful he is on the court on shots on nights where his shot isn't falling. Today, he did so with shot blocking. He did so with rebounding. He did so with passing the ball at the right times as well. And he always stayed aggressive, right? That's the thing. You don't want to see a player's confidence shaken. I don't think one thing we'll ever be saying is that we're seeing passive M out there, right? We won't ever be able to look at it and say, hey, Modest Buzelis is playing really passive out there. Now he's not taking shots. Modest is always going to have that confidence to take that shot no matter what. And I think that's going to be one of the things that help him work on his efficiency. But overall, like how much you can still help a team, even when your shot's not falling, that's really important for a young player. The fact that Billy was slow on the adjustments and the substitutions after multiple days off and a wounded opponent tells me this should be his last year as a head coach. Well, Reginald, I get what you're saying, and there are going to be a lot of people that agree with you, but guess what? Until AK, Eversley, and the Reinsdorfs agree with you, Billy Donovan's going to be right here coaching his ass off. And that's just the reality of it. I would love to be able to sell you on, yeah, you know what, with the way that we're developing and or lack thereof, there's a chance that Billy Donovan is a made man with the Chicago Bulls. It really is. I'm sure Billy Donovan wakes up every morning and he's like, hey, if I wanted to get fired, could I? And he probably like, they wouldn't fire me. That's what Billy Donovan probably says to himself. So, Hayes, this is general NBA question for you. Why do you think the NBA's ratings is down? I do think all these teams shooting threes hurt the game. That is a great question. And not to punch your question, but that is what NBA Central is for. And if you guys tune into NBA Central tomorrow morning, you will be able to see me break down that exact topic. So there you go on that one. If you let Billy cook, he's gonna burn the shit out of the food. Yeah, that's what I want. Like, let me be clear. Follow me. I'm the captain now. I want Billy Donovan to cook because I want him to burn the motherfucker down. So that way, when he does cook, that you just look at him being like, this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted. Billy Donovan burns oatmeal. Like you could look at Billy Donovan and you could tell that he burns water. Like he made burnt water soup. Like you know Billy Donovan does stupid shit like that, right? What up, player? Oh no, go get it. It's up on the counter, in the kitchen. Go get it. Yeah, you know what I mean, homie. My son wants me to show y'all something, so he's gonna come back with it. At least we have an easy run coming up against the Bucks and Celtics twice in 5. Yep, easy run, very easy run. Come on, y'all. How many people are in here? And we only got 19 likes for real. Seaward, thank you for that. Appreciate that. I'm a newer Bulls fan for a couple. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, listen, to Taxon's point, like the fact that you're only a Bulls fan over the last couple of years and you're still here, we appreciate you. Because what we've gone through the last few years, man, Taj Gibson was the bench mob leader. Hey, and then, I mean, yeah, but what? He was starting by year 4? Something like that? Taj equals Alex Caruso, kind of, if that helps. Yeah. Thank you. You gonna come say hi to them?
Hello.
They gotta come closer. They can't see you.
Hello.
All right, thank you. So Alan wants me to show y'all this. Alan made a calendar for 2025, a handprint calendar. So like you can see each year he uses handprint to make something different. Look at that. Is that a watermelon? That feels racist. Racist. He did his thing. We're gonna put this up in the studio. He put this up. He did his thing. That's creative with the fireworks coming out the fingertips. I like that. All right. Thank you, Buddha.
What they say?
Let's see. Hold on. I gotta scroll down. Oh, they're still asking questions about dope calendar. There you go. William says dope calendar.
Thanks.
Yeah, all right. I love you, midget. Hey. Get in the tub.
I took one last night.
Go. Love you. All right, let's get back. Where were we at? Giddey was great tonight, had 4 steals, but then 4 turnovers. Part of his game he needs to clean up. Defense is looking better overall, though. He is a much stronger defender in and around the paint. Oh, yeah. Paint defense as a guard is really solid. Like, you can't take that away from Josh Giddey at all. What you think the Bulls got to do to get better defense? Change the roster? You get Hayes, the Bears Bulls are the Molotov cocktail. Oh, bro, I've been a Bulls and Bears fan my entire life. Believe me, it is what it is. Like, at this point, I don't even get stressed out about it anymore. I just don't. It kind of is what it is at this point. What is our offensive standing? Offense overall, I think we're like 5th offensively overall, something like that. 5th or 6th, something like that. This organization loves Billy Donovan so much they hired him twice. That's crazy. That's funny. That is hilarious. Son is creative just like his dad. He wants to start a YouTube channel badly. That's cute. Not calling the watermelon laces. Why are you this? Hey, listen. Hey, I gotta be me, man. I just gotta be me. I just like of all things, you put I mean, it would have been more racist if he put it on February. Now, if you would have put the watermelon on February, I would have had some questions. Me and my son would have had to sit down and had a big heart to heart, because you can't be putting watermelon on Black History Month. Like, you just that'll be too many questions, way too many questions. If the Bulls end up in another playing situation and end up missing their top 10 pick, AK screw this whole season. Facts, R-Dub. 100% facts on that, bro. 100%. What is your general consensus on Coby? He's been so disappointing for me this season. Streaky shooting with poor shot selection. It's not looking good. I don't think it's bad if you look at kind of he's in a very bad streak. Like, about 6 or 7 games into a bad streak. But I think me and Kev actually broke this down on the pregame show. Like, Coby went from the majority of his offense being on drives and getting to the rim and in the mid-range to almost 60% of his total offense is coming on 3-point shots. And that's just not his game. And I think also when you look at it, almost 60% of his shots are assisted, meaning that he's not on ball as much. So I think the role is drastically changed. It's not just as simple as moving to the 2 guard. When you look at how he gets his shots, it's changed very big. And I don't think he's necessarily adapted in the way that maybe they thought that he would. Do you think the Magic will be more willing to trade now that Franz Wagner is out for the year? I don't know. It could be, right? It really depends on how confident they think Paolo will look when he gets back, right? So we'll see. Giddey's not that bad, but those lack of focus plays just make some fans lose their shit sometimes, Monster. A fact, and that's not just with Josh Giddey. Anybody, and that's why sometimes when you criticize Giddey, some of the stands, right? They react more than really hear the rationale. But that standing around, those plays where you just fall asleep at, that pisses me off in general in the game of basketball, right? That's just a frustrating thing about the modern game of basketball in general. So I think this was a great game for Vooch to be out. Good to see Jalen get some starting minutes and killed it on the blocks. Sanogo's minutes. We didn't need Vooch for this one and good time off. Yeah, I mean, listen, now Vooch, we don't play again until Monday. So Vooch, by the time we play again, would have had 7 complete days off from games, right? Hey, that's what you got to try to get to. Hayes in the Carolina Blue Bulls gear. First of all, my brain. See, I know I'm sick in the head because when I read blue and Bulls back to back, that's not what I saw. But I know that's what you said, but that's not what I saw, right? Sick man. Coby is more suited to come off the bench like Jamal. No, he's not that type of player at all. He's not that type of player. That's just not accurate. Jamal Crawford and Coby White are not nearly the same type of player at all, not even remotely. And so I get why people say that because I think they look at Coby's scoring prowess and they try to rationale, okay, that's not Coby's game. Coby's not Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford was one of the most dangerous catch and shoot players ever. And that's just not Coby White's game. And actually, that may actually put Coby White in a place to be even less efficient than what he already is being. Coby White is a high volume on ball creator. That's what he is. Hayes, what would you want for the Magic in the trade for Zach? I want Jonathan Isaac in the future first. Hey, that's the barrier entry. That's like at the bare minimum. If we're talking Zach LaVine to the Orlando Magic, at the bare minimum, just to start the conversation, Jonathan Isaac in a first round pick. That's it. Coby don't handle the ball like Jamel. First of all, who's Jamel? Who the hell is Jamel? Y'all got them Shea level typos. Just messing with you, brother. Nah, Hayes, Vooch will be gone by then. It could very well be possible. Could be possible. Or score like Jamal. People be talking for real. You know what it is? And I don't knock it. People try to go to, it's just like when people last season, because of Coby White, people were trying to compare Coby White to I almost said Ben Simmons, Jesus Christ, Ben Gordon. And it's like, they're not the same player at all. Like, I literally was in conversations like, yeah, Coby White's Ben Gordon all over you. And I'm like, nigga, what? Huh? No. That's not how any of this works. Jonathan Isaac is a walking injury, to be fair, but I would like it, yes. Hayes, Bears and Bulls play Mondays. Y'all doing play-by-play? Well, I don't do play-by-play anyways, so that's on C-Dub. I don't know which game C-Dub's going to choose to call. I don't know. That's completely up to him. But, yeah, I have no idea, so I'm not even going to act like I know. And so we have that then, and then I think also on the day after Christmas on the 26th, I think there's a Bulls and Bears game again that day. So, I'm going to still do my normal post-game shows. It may be an abbreviated post-game show for one because I still got to do Bleacher Report too. But, yeah, I'm not looking – listen, on days where the Bulls and the Bears play, it really does frustrate me. So, I agree with you, Hayes. Jamal Crawford is much more fluid compared to Coby. Exactly. Do you think AK is behind the scenes trying to make moves or hoping that to keep this team together and push for the playoffs? Dub, I really don't know, bro. I'm not even going to lie. And I don't say that not to answer your question. I have no idea how AK views this team. I really don't, right? Because in some areas, like the way that the Bulls have improved offensively, and here's the way. I got a better answer to that as I was thinking. The thing is that right now the Bulls aren't doing either well. And so if AK sees this team and says, I think this team can make the playoffs, you still got to make moves to solidify that. If you look at this team and you say, It's more about keeping the pick. You still got to make moves to solidify that. And that's the worst place to be in. Again, right in the middle is where the Bulls are, and it really sucks. I love the unanimous dislike we Australians have of Ben Simmons. Bro crushed his support when he turned down the Boomers. What happened? You'll have to give me the backstory on that. I'm not even gonna act like I know. I'm not even gonna try to come in here and be like, yeah. When he turned down the Boomers, absolutely. What did he do? I don't know. Like, I try to block Ben Simmons out. It's like a permanent, intentional thing. So. Bro, I haven't liked the guy since I found out when he was a junior. He believed he was too good to learn to shoot. That's crazy. That's crazy. But all right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. I got to go do Locked on Bulls with Big Kev. And Big Kev's old, so I don't want to leave him up too long at night because he may pass out on me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, it is mailbag weekend coming in. So get those voicemails, text messages, thoughts in, anything you want to sound off on for our Chicago Bulls, get that in. The number to do so on that. Wait. Got to clear this so you can actually see it. What happened? Is this the one? No, this is the one. All right. If you guys want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. And you already know we won. So we got to play the winning outro. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.